What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Saturn in the fifth house. So, first, we're going to break down what Saturn is all about. Saturn is about structure, discipline, past life karma, and this life karma. It has to do with delaying things to you until later on in life. So it's going to be a lot of restriction, limitations, and life lessons that Saturn is going to teach you in order for you to be able to fully understand and grasp and maneuver in that area. So now we have the fifth house. The fifth house is ruled by Leo, and this is the fun house, the house of creativity. It has to do with your children, turning up, having a good time, enjoying life up to its full potential, being free, just having a great time, casual affairs, casual encounters. So it really doesn't have to do with committed relationships. It's really more of just dating, really getting to know people and things like that, but enjoying life. So you're definitely going to as far as the house goes, be very creative, really wanting to enjoy life, going here, going there, experiencing things, being adventurous, being a risk taker, being a gambler. This is the fifth house. So we're going to jump into this right now. Saturn in the fifth house, men and women. These men and women do have a serious approach to relationships. They are extremely devoted, loyal, and committed when they are in a relationship. These are the type of men and women that can cut off all communication with somebody else as far as somebody in their past relationships, casual affairs, casual encounters. They can cut these communications off when they finally come to the conclusion or decision that they are now going to be in a committed relationship. And then they can put their all into that relationship. So now these men and women will also focus their energies into their careers. Okay, so now they're going to do this even if they're in a relationship or not in a relationship. If they were in a relationship and the relationship ended up breaking down, not turning out for the good, they can pick themselves back up. They can really focus and put all their energy into their new job, their new careers, bettering themselves, bettering their lives, even getting more involved with their families, doing more activities with them. This is what these men and women can definitely do, especially when the relationship, an intimate relationship, is no longer serving a purpose, no longer being what it used to be. So now these men and women, they can feel the need to transform their self, their mind, body, and soul. They really seek out balance. These men and women are going to be the type of men and women that really have a serious approach to relationships, to life in general. As children, they could have been very serious, okay? Had a lot of responsibilities on them from early on in life. They could have realized that life was going to be rough and life was going to be tough. And it was not going to be easy for them, but they know that they're still going to have to make ends meet and they're still going to have to persevere. And because of that, these men and women are survivors. They are self-made men and women. Now, when these men and women have children, they will definitely change their life. So their children are going to be the source that really changes their whole world, changes their perspective. So this is kind of tricky because two things can happen with this placement. It could be early on in life that you partied a lot, that you had a good time and things like that. And then all of a sudden, you just ended up getting pregnant. Or all of a sudden, you just ended up about to have a child on the way. And now, this very situation is going to push you to grow up, to come into your own and be more serious about your life, about your world, and making sure that everything is going to be well done. All right. Or this can also indicate that Saturn in the fifth house, it will and it can delay a person from having children until later on in life. So maybe you might have children when you're in your 30s or 35, 38. You see what I'm saying? All of these things can take place. Another scenario could be that these men and women might not even have any children at all. Okay, and this is really going to depend on your natal birth chart on how that is going to actually play out for you. So, another thing with this placement, as far as your children go, your children can be very Saturn like in personality. You might even just have a Capricorn. Okay, you might have a Aquarius, or they might just act like a Capricorn or Aquarius, or just be very Saturn like, have a lot of traits, very serious, very structured, very disciplined. Um, can be very ambitious and goal oriented. Your children can be this way. But now your children can also come out and be a little disabled. They can have a deficiency and not have something completely right with them. So something could definitely be going on with the child when they are brought into this world. So this is all going to depend on your natal birth chart. Anybody that's watching this, please don't freak the fuck out and say, damn, this is me and this is what's going. No, I mean, it's going to be different for everybody. Okay, now these men and women might want an older partner, and or you can be cool with a lot of people that are older, well seasoned, very experienced. um what I tend to notice with this placement is that the Saturn in the fifth house, men and women, they seem to get along better with people that are older than them. Okay, even being around, not saying that you can't have younger friends and not saying that your mate can't be younger, but even if these people are younger than you, they're going to have to be very wise, know a lot of shit, and be of like mind as you. They're going to have a serious approach to life. It's going to have to be something about this young individual that's going to intrigue you to want to be around them, because these men and women, they are serious about life. They are serious about their careers. They are serious on their jobs. Anything like that, their family dynamic, everything is so serious. And what these men and women do need to do is actually just loosen up a little bit. They can feel like they are being deprived of having fun. They can even feel sometimes guilty when they are having fun. Thinking back in their mind, maybe they shouldn't have spent the money to go have a good time that night and things like that. And or they might be out and about at a barbecue or just somewhere enjoying themselves for the moment, and then might get an idea and start thinking about the home, start thinking about their job, start thinking about their bills, even when they're supposed to be relaxing and enjoying themselves. So you do want to just loosen up a little bit. Allow yourself to have that free time and allow your free time to be your ultimate free time where you're really chilling out, laid back, vibing, kicking it. Okay, so now another thing with this placement, if Saturn is negatively aspected, you can definitely have kids later on in life, or you might not have kids at all. Your children can be born with some deficiency or a disadvantage. And if that's not the case, your child can be a Saturn in nature person, which I already just said. So these men and women need to develop and discover what they enjoy doing and what their true talents truly are. This is something for these men and women to uncover and unveil in this lifetime. They have to really come to grips, come to terms with what it is that makes them fully happy. What makes them excited? What are they passionate about? They have to uncover this for themselves. These men and women are very highly creative, and you can see this manifest and even find great success in your chosen fields. And this is why these men and women need to really focus on what it is that you are interested in, what really is that passion in your soul, in your heart. Because whatever you decide that you want to put all your energy into, you will be excellent. You will flourish. It will be amazing for you. And you will just start seeing many doors open up for you, many rewards, many blessings, and things like that will definitely come your way once you develop and discover what you enjoy doing. So now Saturn hates being in the fifth house. Okay. As a child, these kids, the Saturn in the fifth house, men and women, when they were children, they could have been very mature and serious. And education could have been very much delayed to them. So these are the type of men and women that could have not finished high school. Even if they did finish high school, it could have been a great struggle for them to really grasp all information because their minds is constantly going, thinking about several different things at once. Okay, but they could have been very mature. But the flip side is that these men and women, they could have not been as mature. Okay, they could have just been having a lot of free time, a lot of fun, all right, and not really focused on that. And then later on, they start becoming very serious, very rigid, and things like that. Now, these men and women can be drawn and fascinated to the dark side of life. They can be drawn to the occult, astrology, numerology, hidden information, hidden knowledge, tarot card reading, the palmistry, and all of that. They can be into these things from even early on in age. And they can really be looking towards the dark side of life, just what's underneath the surface, what's really going on. They could have been very much exposed in some kind of way to the dark side of life very early on in life. Okay, so now marriage. Marriage for these men and women can be delayed. And if you marry early on in life, it can definitely end in a goddamn divorce. All right? You have a lot of stuff going on in your mind, and you are serious. So, what ends up happening is that the mates that you will encounter and deal with may not be able to understand or really get down with your movements just the way that you naturally are. It can be difficult for your partner. It can also be difficult for you with dealing with other people and just seeing that other people don't even hold the mental capacity that you hold. Okay? So definitely, marriage could be delayed to you. And even if you marry early on in life, it can end in, I'm telling you, it can end in a divorce. All right? So you do uh, need to take caution, be aware, and be alert. Okay, especially if you're watching this video and you are younger. Okay, usually they do say that for Saturn in the fifth house, for you to marry probably like in your 30s, so that a lot of that restless energy, because these men and women do have a lot of restless energy inside of them also. Um, but yeah, after your 30s, that will definitely be more suitable for you so that your mate will be able to understand you and you can also understand your mate a little bit better. So now, Saturn in the fifth house will get greater later. This is going to be the area of your life that you will be able to master. Anytime Saturn is placed inside of a house, that's going to be the area in your life that you are going to be able to maneuver very well and master once your Saturn returns. So now, when does your Saturn return? Your Saturn will return after the age of about 27 to 28. Will things just automatically change for you then? Of course not. All right. So you're definitely still going to go through trials and tribulations. But through those times, even though you're going through obstacles, things are going to get easier for you. It's going to get better for you. And then once you turn about 35, 36, 37, it's almost like even though you're going to have these hills and obstacles, it's almost like now you got it. Now you know how to overcome them. So anybody that has this, please know and understand that you got this, okay? And if you are being too serious all the damn time, all you need to do is just get that alone time so that you can be free and have a good time. Learn how to balance out when it's time to work and be serious and when it's time to have a great damn time. Okay, so I do not have Saturn in my fifth house, but I do have Capricorn ruling over my fifth house. So I am in tune with this energy um, throughout my life. Okay, being serious, wanting to be able to make sure everything is done, making sure everything's in place and in order. Okay, because Saturn is about discipline. Okay, so of course, on top of that, um, I'm going to be very ambitious. So when it is time to have a good time, you have to allow yourself to be free. And that's all I'm going to say about this placement for now. In future videos to come, I will go into more depth into this placement. So please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grimy Gear at www.grimygear.com. If you need a caterer, be sure to hit me up. I am the chef goddess also at Supreme Royale Catering at gmail.com. If you need my husband to do any work to your home, swimming pool, or business, hit him up at AronNesbitt90 at gmail.com. His business is Steve's Handy Helpers. If you need me to analyze a birth chart for you so you fully understand and grasp, that will be $50 for 2 hours. If you need a synastry chart, which is a compatibility chart between two individuals, that will be $70 for 2 hours. And if you need a tarot card reading on love and relationships, financial situations, career, money, your health, or even spirituality, that will be $30. So this has been a Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.